Hello guys, and welcome to the stream. Now it's been a good 6 months I reckon since I attempted to do a stream. I know back then it probably wasn't the best quality either, but I'm hoping this is going to be to some extent a reasonable stream and you'll be able to see this a bit better. Firstly, can you see the screen? That'll probably be a good start, wouldn't it guys? So okay, excellent. Cheers Manvini. At least you can see the stream, that's a good start. Okay, so firstly, thank you for joining me and welcome to this little teaser of episode 12. And firstly, apologies really, I've been really struggling for time recently to get these videos out, and it's been almost two weeks I think now since episode 11 went up. Which isn't ideal. I ideally wanted to get videos out weekly, but as we go through the introduction you'll be able to understand a little bit better as to why that was not possible. Some of these episodes are taking a much longer period of time to complete, which, you know, I'm happy to take the time. It's just I don't want to let you guys down when you're expecting videos weekly. Which is obviously one of the downsides to doing a build such as Monaco, where, you know, you've got to, when you're trying to copy something as best you can, you've got to really take your time to do so. But anyway, the last episode we started working on this section here, which was an enjoyable one. It's nice to get some actual houses, and slowly, as we can see down here, we're slowly getting people to move in. Ignore this section over here. This section here is purely all the buildings I'm going to end up using, just laid out so I can quickly copy and paste them over. That's not part of the build, as you can probably imagine. So yeah, we worked on this section, which I think worked out really nicely. A lot of different type of buildings. My worry at first was, were we going to be able to accommodate enough different types of buildings in this area to really make it have that sort of Monaco feel? And I think so far we're doing all right. We obviously got a lot more to do in this section, but it's nice to get some buildings down and really start to create a nice vibe in this area. And as you saw in the last video, we've now started to work on some actual detail in this area as well. So this is kind of like one of the main high street areas, which is quite nice to put down. We can now actually have some nice tables and chairs. So I tried to copy as best I could from real life images, but wanted to put a bit of flair in of my own as well. This is one of the little park areas here. There's a little stand here where people come and play music, and there's a few little gigs that happen here. Nothing obviously huge, it's too small for that. But I really like the fact I was able to start detailing and just doing these little car parky areas at the back of these buildings. Was nice to do because we haven't really done a lot of detailing really yet. So that was nice to start to get into. We've obviously got some very nice buildings as well, built just for the Monaco series, and obviously for you guys as well after. So that's nice to see. And obviously in these corners as well, I really enjoyed this little section here as well. This is actually part of, let me just change the light. This is only one of the downsides when you're building, having to change the light from one side to the other so you guys can actually see, which takes a hell of a lot of time when you're doing your cinematics as well. But anyway, so this section here, I used the procedural object mod to create this. It's actually a combination of different buildings. You can see it's actually two put on top of each other. As you saw in episode 11, we also was able to extend this area as well, which is nice. It makes life a lot easier when you're using a procedural object to recreate a building and sort of change the way it works. Did I encounter any problems with network extensions? Well, to be honest, Coles, I pretty much ignored the fact that the game was playable. What I mean by that is when the update came out, I pretty much ignored everything until sort of 3 or 4 days later when I saw everyone else streaming it and putting out videos, and it was at that point that I decided, okay, now we'll load it up. And I didn't actually have any problems with any of the mods really. it's all working quite nicely. So I'm not sure what issues you've got, Cole. Is it a huge issue? Is it one that hasn't been resolved now? I thought, from my understanding from streamers and details of the mods, pretty much all of them now are fully working and functional, especially the the most common ones. Hi Thomas, hope you're well, mate. Thank you for joining us. Can you rename a building to Manavery? I probably could do that a bit later on. I'm not really looking to do that right this second now, because well, actually I suppose we could, couldn't we? Do you have a particular building you want to rename? Oh, Titan, you're here as well. Hello, mate. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm trying to work out how on earth you're meant to stream and read the chat at the same time. I know a lot of you streamers out there who are very talented at doing work like that, but unfortunately I'm trying to play catch up here. But yeah, anyway. Right. Keeps crashing your game upon loading. Okay. Have you tried unsubscribing and resubscribing? Trying that. Making sure you haven't got any of the older versions of network extensions might be a worthwhile look as well. Okay, Manavri. Or sorry, Manavoni. Sorry, my pronunciations on words and names are terrible. Let's have a look. What should we give you? Any building. Okay, any old building. So let's give you this little one on the corner here. Rename this to Manavi. And you have the first named building in Project Monaco. So congratulations there, my son. Okay, so hey Taser, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Now, don't laugh, Taser. It's a little while since I attempted a live stream, so I'm not too sure how this is going to go. But anyway, let's just go through what we've done so far. Let's start at the beginning. So episode 1 obviously was working on, I'm trying to hide this right hand corner because that's the next episode, which I want to show you a bit later on. But yeah, episode 1 was pretty much the layout of this main area. So we worked on these outskirts. Episode 2, we then started working on the first main pier, and all this work here was made so much easier by Mick Croshill. He created so much of this harbour. He done a fantastic job. I mean, look at this. Down to the T this is. If I brought up the Google images of what this is pretty much on point. And we got some people as well, which is good. Just pausing the game to keep the lag down. Cheers, Taser. Didn't expect to see you, did you not, Thomas? Well, yeah, like I say, haven't streamed for a very long time, and I kind of owe it to you guys because, as I say, these last few weeks have been quite hectic for me. I've not really had the chance to get a video up and going. I know a lot of these guys, especially people like Taser, who's very good at his scheduling of his videos. Despite all the detail and hours he puts in, he still knocks out a video each week. But yeah, I've been a little bit behind due to sort of work-related issues and personal stuff. But I'm still working on it, as you'll see a bit later on. But anyway, so episode 2, yeah, we worked on this main area here. So this is almost like the sort of industrial part of the harbour, which is nice. It's a very different type of harbour to build, and again using Mick Crosshill's quays, whatever you want to class them as, on the side there, which look really nice. Like your videos. Cheers, man. Oh, you're talking Taser. Yeah, everyone likes Taser's videos. He's a very talented YouTuber and City Skylines creator. Again, another custom asset here. We have this little port in the corner here. And this whole section here really came together on episode 3 and 4, where we were able to put in the main complex of this area. And this is where we are starting to slowly take shape in terms of the buildings themselves. What I love about this building here, I'm not too sure how easy it was to see in the videos, but we have one height here, which is where the main port or harbour is. But if you turn over here, look at this. The buildings were actually created to allow a different height, and that's how it looks in real life in Monaco. You have the road here at a higher level, and then the surrounding the surrounding mountain area sort of comes in and clips across that. So basically they cut through the mountain area to accommodate this section. We then done a little custom bridge here, or tunnel, whatever you want to class it as. This is going to be one of the issues with Monaco. There's a lot of hidden little tunnels around, which is going to be really difficult to establish and make them look, make them look realistic, because the tunnels in City Skylines are standard, as Taser will know, are not really the nicest looking ones. So we just created a little one here, and if you look a little bit under here, it's actually a tunnel that's hidden away on top of this, and it actually goes underneath this section here. So it's kind of sort of hidden away and clipped into the cliffside there. And then we just use some of the Monaco walls and extra props just to create a sort of tunnel look here. Obviously this section is not finished at all. We need to come back to that a bit later on. We then moved on to this main front here, which was very difficult to do at first. This whole section here is proper asphalt, so it took a hell of a long time to really get that going, and also to allow people to walk across as well. You'll see in one of the episodes a bit later on from this, we actually clipped in some invisible pathways here, because people don't walk on this section. This section, if I took it all away, would just be a big dip of terrain basically. Hi Icewear, how you doing, man? I'm good, thank you. How's your day going? Another Mick Crosshill creation here, the little swimming pool area, which is one of the iconic areas and views if you're a Formula 1 fan, when you come across this stretch and you see the swimming pool here and the harbour opening up beyond here. We then started working on this side here. Better change the lighting again. So we worked on this section here, which is another enjoyable section to work on. Again, we was able to start on some detailing, and again we used invisible paths to allow people to actually walk across these popular pavement areas, which again, as I say, would not naturally bring people across because there's nothing there to walk on. Hi Ian Jones, how you doing, man? Hope you're well. So we started to build up some of the area here to try and recreate the heights of terrains of Monaco. It's going to be very difficult to work on this. It's going to be one of the hardest parts to to really establish that, because there's so much level in Monaco. We're going to have to try our best here, and I think there's going to be a lot of sections where I'm going to be able to replicate the look, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it so people can walk along it. Because if you can imagine here, in this section here and up here, if we're going to build another road to create another layer, there's going to be a gap here, and to put something in the middle there to actually get people to walk along isn't going to really work. It's probably going to have to be proper asphalt, to be fair. Do some car spotting. There's definitely some nice cars around here if we get the game to play. I have subscribed to a lot of fancy cars. Although annoyingly, I think what's happened is since the new update, I think there is a new set of vehicles released, because at the moment it all seems to be camper vans, and I think, Taser, you can probably tell me this, this has probably replaced a lot of the cars that I downloaded. Although here we go, we got a little Porsche here. Oh, sorry Ian, it's you, isn't it? Of course it is. Sorry, Mac Welshman. So many names to remember nowadays. How you doing, man? You good? Okay, so episode 12. Episode 12 consists of pretty much one or a couple of buildings that are not yet on the workshop, being created by Crazy Glue It, and I've got a couple of them over here. You can probably imagine what we're going to be working on. We have some apartments. So what these are is basically small apartments that we can plop together and basically create our own design. So there's various shapes and different degrees. The angles here have been created, well, specifically for what I'm going to be creating. So this is pretty much episode 12, and what I'm going to do now, if I'm clever enough, I'm going to jump over to another screen, which I hope has just worked. And this is pretty much what we're going to be working on, this section here. So this section here is the lead up to one of the tunnels in Monaco, and it's the Formula 1 tunnel that goes underneath here, and this construction on top here is a combination of a number of apartments, and it's all very, very strange in terms of the way it's built. You can see here we've got 2 layers here from the ground upwards, but over here it's only 1 layer. And yes, we're going to then slowly move up to one of my favourite sections, which Mac Welshman will completely be very happy when we work over here, because he has created some outstanding models for these areas. I'm not going to show you which ones he has and hasn't done. That will come in hopefully episode 13, but for episode 12, this is the main core of what we're going to be working on. So episode 12 is going to be this whole section here. So that's the plan. Let's jump back to the main screen. So that's the plan, and that's what we're going to be working on. And this is what I've done so far. So as you can see, the very beginnings of a very large project here. All of this has been put together by hand, and each segment is one piece. I've been using the procedural objects a lot here to to cancel out the fact that we're going to hit prop limits, etc. So that's pretty much how I've been working on this section. This is why this section's taken so bloody long, because there's so much to do. It was all these angles. I mean, you can imagine trying to replicate these angles was so tough. Really, really was tough. Took a lot of time, and it's not perfect. It's going to be difficult to get it to be exactly perfect, but you get the idea here. You can see the different levels that I've been able to create here. We've started detailing a little bit on top of the roofs, and as you can see, I am doing the little trick, the invisible pathway trick here, which I haven't completed, which is why you can still see the actual pathway and rails. These obviously disappear at the end, but I'm not going to fill them in until at the very end, because I might want to do some alterations, and it's a lot easier when you can see it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been working on for the past 2 weeks really, on and off obviously. Haven't been able to concentrate a lot in doing so, but yeah, these assets are sensational. All of this has been created by Crazy Glue It, who does some extremely good assets, and he got the main core down. The detailing sections across here is what I've been doing. So basically the roofs all looked kind of like this. So we put the ploppable asphalts on top, and then use some of the ploppable curbs, etc., and some King Leno concrete flooring, which he created for Monaco as well. And yeah, just trying to make it look as close as possible to what you see in real life. And again, we don't want to go too overkill on this section, because props, we need to be careful. We can use procedural objects, which has certainly become one of my most used mod as of late. So yeah, that's definitely really helped me out. I'm not sure if it would have been possible to do as well as I have been without that in place. But yeah, what do you think, guys? Obviously still a lot of work to do, which we're going to do a bit of detailing today for this. As I say, not sure how long the stream will be on for today, but I'm hoping it all looks okay and it sounds okay to you. If you want me to tweak anything, sound, voice volume, let me know. Otherwise, I'm hoping all is well. Thank you for the follow, B Jeff Inca. We'll call you Jeff. Cheers, man. Thank you for the follow. So, okay. So what I was working on next, and what I'm going to have to do as well, because this is going to be part of episode 12, just need to open up my recording software and hope that recording it won't cause too much of an issue. Hopefully it'll be okay. Thanks, Thomas and Taser. Appreciate that. Okay, right. So I'm just sorting out this. So if we hit record on my other screen. I am indeed Mr. Mac Welshman. It's one of those things, really. I mean, I took on this project. I knew it was going to be a long-winded project. I'm expecting this to be a minimum of a year to even get anywhere near some sort of completion. But yeah, it's gonna look great, I hope, at the end. Okay, so that's the introduction. If anyone wants me to check over anything else or show you anything, by all means, let me know. Otherwise, we are going to kick off with this little swimming pool area over here. So if I just jump you over to my other screen, so this is what we're going to work on here. This little section here. So we're going to put we've got the swimming pool in. It's not the perfect size, but it looks as good as, which we have to accept that anyway. This section here doesn't look quite perfect, but again, it's what it is. It's what we've got to deal with. So it's going to be difficult to get it exactly the same. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna work on this. I'm gonna have this screen up on my other monitor, which obviously you guys can't see. You're gonna see what I'm building. So yeah, let's kick off and get going. So I'm gonna keep this pavement. I've actually used the Monaco tile, but the concrete version. So I'm gonna keep this as it is, rather than putting the white ground down. I might put some decals on there to change things up a little bit, but as it is, I think that looks okay. Right, so let's firstly get this pool moving over a little bit, and we're going to kick off with pretty much just placing down a lot of these summer beds, which I forget what they were called. Are they called summer beds? No, I think they're some chairs, aren't they? So we've got a couple now. We've got the deck chair here, folding chair. I think a few of these were possibly from the update as well. Mr. Gray, hello my friend. You have finally caught me streaming. So let's check out what it's called, deck chair, shall we? We've got a couple more here, haven't we? That'll probably be better. These are pretty cool. I'm still learning what is new from the update, so there's going to be a lot of things here that I probably come across, and you guys are going to tell me I was on the update. Okay, first of all, let's move this over a little bit. So I need to think of a way here to plan this section out. Thomas, you can catch this up. I think this will go as a YouTube video after anyway, so it's up to you. If you want to crack on with FBS, I will not be disheartened. It's a very good series, but otherwise you can watch it later. Okay, so another thing as well, it's just going to be difficult when placing down props on this sort of a build, is the fact that sometimes they go through the roof because it's not really a proper platform to build on. It's not a ground level, it's just a building with proper asphalt on top. You're going to make realistic bus routes just like they are in real life Monaco. I am indeed. I've already got some custom buses created, custom bus skins anyway, from from one of the guys in the series. So yes, we will be working on that, and I'm going to have to do a lot of research into how it all comes together and you know, how it's meant to work in terms of the bus routes, because I have no idea. I've seen a few bus routes and plopped a few down, but not actually worked out how many there are, etc. And what I'm going to do here to make life easier, we are going to place it down on ground level first, so we know it's all straight and correct. Let's give that a spin round. Let's get those a bit closer, a bit further apart like that. Okay. Let's place a few of these in a row here. And then we'll do the sneaky copy and paste. And then bring the level up. And this is the only thing that I'm going to have a struggle with. Some of these buildings were not perfectly level. Oh hello, what's happened here? Okay, we'll start that again. Let's bring these up, there we go. I always forget to knock that tag off. Okay, so let's get it just to the point. Like so. And now the good thing is now we've got this up here and placed, we don't need to worry about these ones. We just copy and paste and move them about. Well, actually, we'll scrap that because I forgot how much I put on this on this roof. We'll leave that as it is. Okay, let's carry on like this. So I'm gonna have to use my imagination here because it's obviously going to be different than what's in real life in Monaco. Let's drop that down to about there. We'll do a few layers here of these ones. Ideally I'd have liked them to all be white, but it's going to be so much effort to do that. We have got these ones, but I think they're also coloured, aren't they? Okay, never mind. Right. So guys, what are you all building at the moment? Is anyone working on a project of their own? Obviously Project Monaco is my little beauty. What's yours? What are you working on at the moment? I think what we'll do is we'll get a table as well here. And there is quite a lot of nice tables, as I say, that have been brought in from the recent update. I'm going to need some of the ones with umbrellas, that's for sure. There's quite a few new tents as well. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's try and find one that works for this area. Something like this, possibly. A small Greek island project. Oh, awesome, man! What did you use for your theme? Your theme and your loot. I mean, Greek isn't too far away from the sort of Monaco theme, really. So I wondered if you was using any of the Monaco ones. I always have trouble when I'm trying to find the best table and chairs. Your own one, nice one, man. And that's another thing that's so great about this game, isn't it? You can pretty much do what you want now. You can create your own stuff, you can create your own assets, you can create your own loot. Can you change the deck colour? That's a good point actually. I'm not sure about that. Let's have a look. I think because it's a prop, you can't check it because it's a prop. It's only on buildings that you can change it. Yeah, because it comes up here as a building, but you can't click on a prop. But good idea. That'd be nice if it worked. Okay. So there's a few tables up here with some umbrellas, which I think we will work on next. So it's almost like a gazebo, but I don't think we have gazebos on here, do we? It's more, it's either a tent. That's gonna be too big. See, these are almost perfect if we can get the white ones, or even the longer ones. I think the shorter ones are going to look nicer. Get a couple of white ones here. There we go. And you're back to yellow again. Okay. That'll probably do. We'll get this up here. I don't know about you guys, where you're all from, but at the moment in the UK we've had a bit of sun. And annoyingly, currently my computer is set up in the conservatory, which, as you can imagine, emits a hell of a lot of sun onto my face and screen. So I'm really having to squint here whilst the sun's out. We could get moments where the sun goes back in, comes back out. But yeah, typical Brit moaning when it's sunny. Is that going to change colour? It is. That's annoying. So what we'll do instead here, we'll copy these, bring those up to level. Sunny in Sweden. 30 degrees every day for 3 weeks in Norway, blimey. And that's something, isn't it? Okay, what's going on here? Bring those up a bit more. You can see this is where it gets really tricky. Everything you place by hand, you have to be really careful that it's in line and placed correctly. Not right now in Cardiff. Oh, is it raining, Ian? It was overcast earlier here, but it seems to have woken itself up a little bit, and the sun has slowly crept its way through. Cloudy in Athens. Ah, man. And I thought it was meant to be sunny all the time in Mediterranean places. I'm guessing that's just when we go on holiday. Okay, so we need to really get... Is that on the ground? I think it's as close as we're going to get, isn't it? Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay. Rain. Just in time for the weekend. Okay, so I think I'm just going to put one more here. And believe me, this isn't as... I don't normally play this slow, but trying to keep up with chat and think what to do certainly does use a lot of my brain power. Something like that. Raining in Germany. So it looks like the UK is, well, the UK. If Cardiff isn't very nice, maybe just my area near London is the only place in Europe where we've got a bit of sunshine, which would certainly be one of the first times. Okay, so that's those ones down. And what we want to do now is put a few chairs underneath this, or deck chairs will probably be best. Deck chairs or tables? Probably, let's have a look at a table. Let's see if a table would fit under here. So these are pretty cool as well, I like these. But again, we'd have to find a white one. Nope, not that one. I mean, being Monaco, you imagine a swanky little... what's happened to that? Another annoying thing as well, when you're trying to move around this area, does become difficult. Is that all in line now? It's close as, I think, isn't it? So what, guys, I'm going to put my fan on because it is actually that hot. If it's too loud, if I can find my buttons, there we go. If you can hear it and it's really annoying and loud, let me know and I'll turn it off. Right, okay. So, who here is looking forward to the World Cup? Do we have football fans amongst us? I really like these tables as well. These ones are really nice. I think these ones were done by Sven Berlin and they work so nicely. These ones are the marble top ones, which, you know, this is what you'd imagine to see when it comes to a fancy hotel, certainly somewhere in Monaco as well. So let's bring these up. Wrong shape ball. Yeah, the World Cup certainly brings its merits, doesn't it? I've always been a football fan. I've not been a egg supporting fan, unfortunately. Probably because I was rubbish at playing it at school and I could actually kick a football, which was why I prefer the former rather than the latter. But yeah, the World Cup certainly does bring a different atmosphere to pretty much all countries. Certainly if your country is one of the ones to make it into the knockout stage as well, which is always fun. Okay. So I think I'm just going to go crazy here and just add a lot of deck chairs. What do these ones look like? Let's do a line across here. Let's bring those in. The weather is crazy. Oh, you're from Hong Kong. Having a shower in the morning when I was going to school, an umbrella at the same time again when you got back. Is that common for Hong Kong then, Thomas? In the UK it's normally a rainy day, or it's a rainy day with a little bit of sun. We don't normally get blessed with a lot of change of weather. Okay, so we're gonna get some of these on these corners here. So about there, I think. And then we're going to put another line about there. And there. I'm going to do a few table and chairs at the back here. More like eating area. This is obviously the sun lounge area. Probably no, I don't think we'll be able to get away with that. So what we're going to do, we're going to remove a few of these. So, and then copy. You want to meet Trump so bad. Well, we all have our goals in life, don't we? Let's knock that in there, and then what I want to do here, kind of enclose this area off. I'm guessing better that way round, wouldn't it? So we'll knock a few more here. Something like that. Oh, I've not actually seen this, but I ain't gonna bother either. Okay. So we've got that. I'm gonna get some table and chairs now with the umbrella. Yeah, those bots are quite, well, pain in the arse, if you ask me. What's this? This is a folding table. Let's get these up there. So, I'm kind of wanting some bigger tables here for this other section. This sort, but not that one. So these are really nice. I can't wait to use these. Really like these, and the detail, the attention to detail on these is ridiculous. I don't know if I can see it like this, but the menu actually has Project Monaco on there. Amazing. Really do like that. Would this suit up here? I'm not sure if they would suit. What do you reckon, guys? With these tables, these are more like eating diner tables, but can we get away with having it up here? I'm kind of thinking, from what it looks like on Google Maps, we've got the section here where people are swimming and sunbathing, and then these sort of outskirt areas are more table and chairs with umbrellas. Can we get away with these fancy tables, or should we go for something a little bit more less fancy? I've got a few others here. I don't want to use the 2 table ones, I want to have bigger ones really. Although we could put 2 together, but no, I'm going to stick to Mac Welshman's beautiful tables. And obviously what's better is we can save on the counts as well by having more of them in a row like this. These still count as one prop, don't they? If it's created in such a manner. If we put that down, that will still be classed as one prop, is that right? Yes, Hazza, I'm going to add an umbrella as well. Very good point. We'll add the umbrellas around these as well, which will make it look more realistic, I think. Right, okay, so let's put a few of these down. Again, difficult to see at times if it's touching. I think that about there looks right to me. So yeah, as these have been very craftily created by Mac Welshman, aka Ian Jones, this here is actually going to class as one prop. Oh, there's a typhoon nearby, is there? Okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I've got a lot of contacts in Taiwan, so I'm very familiar with the consequences of typhoons, etc. Not the cup of tea. Okay, so we'll add a few here and here. Can we get away? I think we'll go with something like this area here. I'm thinking we can have it, actually I think it's down here, isn't it? Let's get the angles right. Here we have a big tent, and this big tent is going to be where sort of food and drinks are served, so we'll leave that there. What we'll do now is Hazza correctly said, is we'll get some umbrellas. And we're just going to pop these all over this area. Which might be difficult. Let's, which ones do we want to use? These ones probably going to look nicest for the eating area. So what we're going to do is just put a few of these. I think we're going to have to place it down here first. And then bring this up and over. Let's get that up here. I want to get it so that bottom just digs into the ground, so like that. The Tunnel Hotel, yes it is indeed. Carwyn, this is. We are slowly making our way over to some of the more hang on, what are we doing here? Yeah, some of the more noticeable areas of Monaco. I know a lot of the area, if you know this section, you're going to know what it's all about, but this is one of the bits that everyone tends to know about, isn't it? So I'm just going to put a few just casually around here. No real pattern. Just in between some of these tables and chairs. Hi Hippus, how you doing, man? So something like that perhaps, and then we'll throw in a few other variant ones. Looking forward to the time you make the casino. Well, that is coming up very soon. Once this episode is completed, we will then move up to the casino area. So that's pretty much here. So if you imagine the Monaco map, this is the swanky tunnel apartments. A Brazilian, hello my friend. That's it, Ian, iconic, that's the one. So yeah, this area here, as you know, Formula 1 Grand Prix tunnel goes underneath this whole section along here, and this here is the level that we'll be building the casino on. And over here, as you can see, the two height of the levels, we've got the level where the apartments finish, and obviously the level where the casino goes. This is where the famous hairpin will come around this section here. So that's another section we're going to be working on as well. I'm not sure if we'll get around to it today in the stream, but it's certainly going to be there as part of the episode 12. Okay. Now, I'm not too sure about this section. We're going to put a few umbrellas around. Is it too much to use these umbrellas? I don't really imagine they'd have that sort of umbrella. We'll do some of these ones. We'll put some of these ones across. And we'll pick that up and move it over a little bit. I don't want it to all be green, you see, so we're just going to put a few around. And again, a few of them will be over here. The odd one, I suppose, by the deck chairs. Not a huge amount, just a couple. Most people are going to be wanting to catch the sun, not get rid of it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go back to the tents. Unless there's been any new ones added since the update, which doesn't look like there has been. It might be a bit too big, won't it? Yeah, that's not even a tent. Okay. Let's scrap that. And we're going to create... Actually, there was them swanky looking ones by... Was it Hickey? We could possibly use one of these and make a swanky little area, which could be where the bar is. Again, I'm really So these are the ones I used over here, which I thought looked quite nice in the end. I used these ones over here together to create a sort of, well, a thing. That's a good point, Mac. What's going on there? Okay. I'm not sure if it's going to take reference to this because it's all ploppable, isn't it? We'll give it a go. I'm thinking we can try. I think that might be too big, so let's give this a go. Will you do an F1 decoration when it gets ready? You are certainly reading my mind. That is going to be pretty much the final episode, I think, when we get to that point. But yeah, I don't want to say too much, but the plan will be to recreate the area and sort of transform it from the living that I've created here for standard Monaco days to the Formula 1 time. So that's certainly something we're going to look to do, and I know a lot of you are very keen to see that, so I'm not going to shy away from that. We will do that. Let's try something like this. So let's have a look. So align height. I'll be honest, I haven't actually used this so much. Ah, perfect. It does work for these bits. Thank you, Ian. You are a saviour. We will still change it a little bit because I want to change the height of this section a bit. But I'm thinking adding something like this will really break this area up, and we'll add a little bar behind this then. If we can we get it to go down to something like that? Hello El Show, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. That will look silly. I wonder if we could. Let me just try something. I'm not sure if it's going to work. But as you know, I've been really enjoying using the procedural object mod. Just want to try something out here. If we were to do this, general tool, let's raise it up a little bit first so we can see what we're doing. Can we then go to customization, highlight this section, like that, and drop it into the ground? And forward a bit, like so. I'm just trying to hide that section because I'm thinking we could use this instead for that area. And moving things around, as you can see, you can really create something different from what it first was. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to see what it looks like. It's going to be a bit big, isn't it? So what we can do instead, we'll go back to procedural objects, click on it, we'll go to edit, we'll go to scale, and we'll make it smaller, just like that. And that, I think, will look a bit better than this here. What I'm going to do, I'm still going to keep these, but instead we're going to plop these in this corner over here. So it's almost like a little gazebo entrance way, which will look quite smart, I think. What's that moving? Oh. Let's get both of these picked up again. We move it inwards and then raise it up. Oh, what's that done? Where's that come from? Sure what's happened with that. Oh wait, it was for that bit. Okay, so that obviously moved as I changed this. Let's get that back into place. And that pretty much shows you what it's like underneath. Not a pleasant sight. Okay, so let's get these back up. So pretty much like that, I think will look pretty smart. So that's basically the entrance or entranceway in. Looks unrealistic. Which bit looks unrealistic, my friend? You on about this? I suppose we could, because the tents are a little bit too small for my liking. So let's pick up this one, convert it to cobble asphalt. Oh, not PO even. Let's try this instead. Let's see what happens when we scale this up. Okay, I like that. We'll do that instead perhaps then. Because this might, yeah, like you say, it does look a little bit unrealistic, I guess. But I'm going to keep this. I like this little bit here. A little entranceway in. Although what I might do, yeah, I think what we'll do is we will lower this down and do something like that instead. I think that's going to look a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, we'll do that for that one. And yes, I agree, Thomas. I'm liking the idea of making these larger instead. What I need to do, I think, is do that and then convert like that. Come on. Oh, let's go. It goes back to yellow. It's the annoying thing. I'm not sure if there's a way of doing it without going back to yellow. I assume yellow is the default colour for that. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do what I was hoping to do. And again, we can't click on it because it's not a building, so we can't change the colour. Okay. So we'll scrap that idea. Let's delete, and delete, and that one delete. So instead, what we are going to do so that bit doesn't look too bad actually. It's like a little entrance way in. You think there's too many green umbrellas here? Hey Mohammed, first ever stream? Not the first ever stream. First stream for, well, first stream of this year, I think. I think the last stream I did was with the Walking Dead series, which was late last year. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm not too sure about these umbrellas. Is there too many? Yeah, Thomas, I like that. Yeah, it's a very modern-y, edgy little thing. It kind of the sort of thing you'd imagine to see in a place like Monaco. So I might raise it up a little bit more. It's just that comes through then. That's the annoying part of it. I think that's going to look better like that. And that also then represents the fact that this is the entrance to get out into this section, which works quite nice. Hey Phoenix, I am trying to do a job. If I can do it half as good as you, well, it's going to be impossible to do it half as good as you because yeah, I'm nowhere near a streamer such as your ability, but we're giving it a go. They're too big. Okay, yeah, they are really, aren't they, Hazza? I think we need to use the smaller ones. How are you going to put the fence on that roof to avoid English students? I don't think the English people can come here, can they? I thought we'd banned. But we do need to, you are right, we do need to do a fence of some description around this, and I think it is just concrete, which we'll probably end up using, and just a concrete wall around it. But yeah, we need to certainly look out for the young English tourists, don't we, to make sure they don't do any silly jumping off the roof into the Mediterranean Sea or whatnot. Certainly need to consider that, but I think first we need to consider the umbrella situation. See, these are, I don't like these are a little bit too, well, to be fair, they're a little bit too British. I don't like the fact they're half and half. It's not, it doesn't really look like it would be in Monaco. I suppose we could stick with these. These are a little bit smaller. I think the Tiki umbrella is a little bit overkill already for Monaco. Yeah, I think we'll just stick. Oh. Stick to some yellow and orange ones. We might just put a few random ones down. It's hard to really get things perfect here. The real question is, those kind of assets, wall fencing, etc., tend to snap to the ground and can't be elevated. How are you going to do that? I'm asking for a friend of mine. I wonder who that friend could be. Haven't thought about that yet. We'll should we have a look at that now, shall we? Let's have a think of how we can do that. So there's a couple of ways. Are you going to make more episodes or streaming do you want of Monaco now in the summer? No, El Show, we will be back to schedule. I'm going to carry on. This stream was more of a, I apologise for not releasing a video for the last 2 weeks. I wanted to show you that I'm still working on the build. I would like to do some more streaming, but I also like the concept of you guys not having a clue what I'm building and then suddenly, boom, up comes the video. So let me know what your thoughts are. If you want to see me do some more streaming, I mean, I could do a bit more streaming and just do some of the detail parts such as this. Obviously the main part of this video was creating this monster, and now we're just pretty much detailing and taking our time around it. So that's the sort of thing I could try and do a bit more of if I did stream some more. But let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see some more? Let me know. If not, we'll carry on as we are anyway. Hi Sushi, good to see you here. Anyway, let's go back to Phoenix from Twitch's point. Let's have a look at what we can do. Phoenix, you're more than welcome to steal some ideas from me, as I have done with you. Do you remember your amazing walls with people walking across? Well, the same idea is being used here. We've got some invisible paths which we will be upgrading these eventually. For now we're keeping it as they are in case I need to tinker them, but I will be upgrading these to the invisible walls, which then means that we'll see people walking across here. Mr. Grey, I'm not too sure if you can class me as the master, but I'll certainly allow you to watch me. There's a big tent, good tent on the workshop called the Big Event Tent. It's white. Okay. So that could possibly fill in here maybe. Is that what you're saying? Some signs in Hong Kong or Taiwan or China say carefully slipping. Okay, so for these walls, what we need to do, I'm not sure if I'm going to, if I'm doing it, I'm just going to do this section here. I'm definitely not doing the whole thing. Okay, Phoenix, catch you in a bit. So what we need to do for those sort of situations, you need to find a wall that you can raise and lower. So a lot of these walls you'll find you can't. For example, this one, I'm pressing up on the page up, you can't do it. And normally if you try and use procedure objects, those walls don't work. So you can see here nothing's actually shown up. So those are issues we have. So let's get rid of that. there's a few ways we could do this, and one of them is with the creations by Mac Welshman, which aren't released yet. They will be soon. Let's try and do it. So things like retaining walls we can't do because they will carry on rising up along with the actual piece as well. But what we can do is something like this. These are parts of a prop pack which will be released at some point, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, once I get my arse in gear and do some bits and bobs. These are Mac Welshmans, but I think this is probably going to be the best way we can do that. So what we'll do here is we'll create a line. We'll put these as close together as possible, like so. Have you hosted me? I have, to be fair, I have not really done much when it comes to setting up my streams. So if you have hosted me, thank you very much. I'm guessing something popped up. You're cheating pug using unrelated props. Right, so if we plop that there, we can then click that. We can copy the elevated height, which will be just here. We can then go back to this, bring it over, and we will need to raise this higher because the area I did isn't the right one. So something like that. I think that is. This is where you're going to see that this roof is not straight because it's an absolute arse to do. But we'll do something like that. I'm guessing it's got to be as close as it is to the edge. Yeah, the move it height align is perfect, but when you're doing walls, it doesn't work because the wall needs to be higher than the aligned height. Yeah, certainly makes life a hell of a lot better. Best tool since the toaster was invented. I'll definitely say that. Yeah, can't beat a bit of toast. Right, so let's get this over to there. And we will plop that there. Don't you have the glass wall or something? There is some glass walls, but I'm thinking, looking at the images, otherwise people will enjoy the sun in the prison. These walls aren't very high, really. I think we can get away with keeping these walls as they are, to be honest. The glass would be a cool idea, but I'm not sure if we can do what we're doing with this, with those. So let's continue this round. Phoenix, what are you currently working on? I've seen, obviously I pop into your stream every now and again. What's your current build? Is it still the island map with all the little islands? I do like that. Let's do that. Hey turds. Yeah, I'm trying to simulate it as best I can, so I better. What I do is I'm told and keep it as realistic as possible. No, the island map is on a hold. Oh, okay. What is the current map then? Let's put that there. Start on new map. Mountain Meadows comes with park life. Ah, makes sense. Makes sense completely. Okay, so we're going to have to just overlap this to about here. And then if we go 1, come on, 2, 3. Copy that. Will you play some Vanilla Skylines? At the moment, no, because I'm working on. Oh, what is this done? It's copied something gas, isn't it? At the moment, Thomas, I won't be doing a vanilla save game, but I have thought about it, and there has been a lot of people who have asked for a vanilla build, so I wouldn't say no to it just yet. But as things are, we are deep into Monaco, and I won't be changing that anytime soon. Plan on doing another castle. Definitely do your castle, Phoenix. Your castles are amazing. Really, really enjoy your castles. I'm not sure why it's doing that, Phoenix. I'm not a expert on Twitch or streaming, I'm afraid. Mr. Gray, if you're in here, you can normally sort out a good job like that, can't you? Okay. It's getting close to me needing a cup of tea as well, boys, so I might have to shoot off in a sec for a few seconds whilst I get the old kettle going. Let's finish this corner off. See, that's the thing here, we don't have to be 100% precise. I know I normally like to be, but sometimes it's not possible. And we can get away with a few little cheeky bits here and there. Like this bit here. I don't like it, so I'm just going to cover it with another block. Even though it's adding to the prop count, sometimes I do not care. Because it's easier. Why do you select Monaco for this project? Do you have any relationship with this city or something like that? No, I don't actually. I was thinking of a build. I wanted to do Mediterranean because, one, there's not many Mediterranean assets on the workshop, and there's definitely not really a big Mediterranean series at the moment, or there wasn't back then, going around on YouTube. So that was my first sort of plan, and I mean, Monaco, it's a fantastic place to build. I mean, it's got the Formula 1, it's its own country in itself, and a very, very small area. I mean, if we zoom out here, I mean, Monaco is pretty much this whole section here. It's tiny for a country. That is tiny. If you're thinking about how much we've already built on, obviously ignore that. That's not part of it. If you have a look at what we've already built on, it's crazy. Mr. Sheik, how are you, my friend? I know I've somehow found myself streaming on Twitch and YouTube. How are you, my friend? You good? Not going to use the top up one pro creator trick, hide it under a bush. No, instead I'm going to hide it underneath a wall. But trust me, there is a lot of bush hiding around here. But yeah, that's got that bit down. So that now hopefully will approve Phoenix from Twitch, that no young Englishmen are now going to jump off into the water and be crazy British people. So yeah. Yeah, oh sorry Phoenix, that makes, yeah, sorry, I understand what you're saying now. Yeah, I'm streaming on both platforms. I've got a following that I built up on Twitch, not very big, but some people know me from Twitch, and obviously everyone else knows me from YouTube, so I'm sort of streaming on both platforms, which now makes sense why you couldn't see the other people chatting, because they're obviously chatting from YouTube. Right. Mr. Gray, I think you're right. They would probably still jump, because to be fair, it's not really a very high wall to jump over, but if you're going to jump off something, you may as well jump off something in style, and jumping off a huge apartment on a very expensive hotel is probably a good way to do that. I'm going to give it a quick save, hopefully, if it works. You can see my mini saves here. Oh, can you hear me? I don't know what happened there. Somehow my mic decided to turn off. Can you all hear me now, guys? Hopefully it's back on. Don't know why I'd done that. Pain in the arse. Good. Okay, we're back. Okay, so what I was saying was, firstly, Phoenix, I'm hoping you're happy now we have a wall around this section. It would look nice actually to do the whole wall around the whole lot, but I really cannot be bothered at the moment. Might do that off stream because it's going to be very boring and mundane to go around the whole thing. Okay, so what was you going to do? I was going to have a quick check on the workshop for what Mac Welshman suggested we should look at for a tent. So let me just have a look if I can find it quickly. I'm guessing, is it that one? Search for tents quickly. I understand that, Phoenix. I understand. Are you going to name the streets for realisticity? Might do. It would take a long old time to do that, but it's not something we, I could do that. Not going to do it right now, but it's certainly something we could look at doing a bit later on. Okay, so I think I found what you was on about, Mac Welshman. Will you do the French parts of the map or just Monaco? I think that's going to be all down to how well the game performs once we've done Monaco. Because there are some really nice sections in the mountains that I would love to do little builds with, which are technically France. So it's possible. We'll see how we get on. Not going to rule anything out just yet. That nice hotel functional. Which hotel are you on about, Phoenix? You're on about all of these apartments? If you're on about these apartments, these are just models. They're props. So there's no functionality in there, but there are ways around that. So I will be adding in some small residential and commercial buildings to bring up the population. As you can see here, we've only got 516 people in the build so far, which is because I haven't really got round to placing a lot of actual buildings. All of this here is pretty much, there is some buildings that are workable and actually active, but a lot of this is prop placing and procedural object stuff, which obviously kills the fact of it actually doing anything. Okay, so back to the tent. What we want here, we want to have, there is a little tent, well, there's a tent here which is clearly sort of selling alcohol, drinks, etc. So we want to do something in that section, but I'm not too sure what tent to use. We could, that tent that you said about Mac Welshman, if you're still here, that's gonna, even if we make that small, it's not gonna be the best looking, is it? We have got these. So you've actually been there then, Phoenix. See, I'm hoping by the end of this creation I will be able to go myself and actually experience it and hopefully walk around and maybe take some video footage of the area to show you guys what it looks like and how close everyone has been, especially these asset creators. I mean, some of this work is ridiculously good. If you're comparing real life versus the creations, they are on point in terms of not just the look of them, but the scale. It's amazing. Is the building even functional as a residential structure? Not to what building are you referring to, Carls? I can the ones here, these ones here. Let's jump in. Oh no, we did not want to do that. Pain in the ass. How do we get that? Okay, bugger off. Wish there was some visible buildings in the workshop. Now that is a good idea. I've been finding some very small buildings that house a large number of residential or commercial, which I've been using. But yeah, invisible ones would be pretty cool. I'm sure there must be something on there. But anyway, back to what you said, Cole. If I can grab one of the buildings, as you can see, it's actually not even, it's a park. These are being built as parks. These, as they are, will not have any people in. But going back to the point that Thomas is making, we can add some sort of building inside this to replicate the actual people inside it. So it's kind of a shell. So this will be a shell, and inside we'll actually create another building which actually houses people. By the way, when you started Monaco, you inspired me to do some test builds. Kind of didn't work out, but now that's in the very end department, so I might give another go. You know those tunnels that are halfway open inside? Okay, yeah. Your turbo penis. Nice. Hopefully it's well paid. Alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Is that how you do it? Or have you got to place it first? There we go. I remember that from Sheik. Sheik is the tutorial and explainer expert. Okay, so what we'll do now is we shall move this over here. Will you build the AS Monaco Stadium training ground? Yes, I will, Mohammed. And what I will do, actually, give you a little sneak preview. I do already have the football stadium. So the football stadium is around here. Obviously, I can't show you the exact position because I've got my test builds there. But what we'll do, we will go to what is it called? It's here somewhere. Is it on the football? So here we go. We got the stadium here. Standalus. where can we put it down? That's not where to bloody put it. But anyway, you can see it almost. We do have the stadium, which I'm going to do a bit of work on as well. I'm not too happy with the crowd on this model, so I'm going to change a few things around. I love it when the sheep makes a move to a rule and next thing he forgets how something works. We can't all be geniuses like you, Phoenix. It's not possible. The training ground is really unique and I can't wait to see your take on it. Okay, I've not actually looked at the training ground to be honest, Mohammed, so we will definitely look at doing that. That will be an episode together, I'd have thought, the training ground and stadium. Okay, right, I keep forgetting. I don't know how you guys stream and chat at the same time because I've done bugger all so far. You lot are clearly built for streaming. No genius, unless if we're talking about laziness and I'm a mother. Phoenix, I've seen you stream, and yeah, you do look a bit lazy in that chair, but that's why I don't put a camera on, because I'm slouched myself in front of this screen trying to build. And also read the chat, but hey ho. I think what I might have to do next time I stream is get Phoenix, get the Sheik, and whoever else is around, and you can come and chat with me on Discord, because you guys, you know how to and Mr. Gray, of course. Mr. Gray is a very good chatter to the stream. You guys can come in and do the talking for me and I'll just build. How's that sound, guys? Yeah, Mr. Gray, you pretty much summed it up there, haven't you? Right, okay. I'm going to complete this bit quickly. I'm going to find a kiosk. I like these ones. I'm going to plop that down. And was there a bar? Was it a bar? I can't remember what it was called. Only streamers only build one road every 2-3 hours because of the chat distracts us. If I had to build Monaco on stream, it would take me 5 years. But my client owns the stream. Hello. Yeah, I can imagine. I can certainly imagine. Right, okay. Oh, what the hell? Where's that gone? What's going on here? I think I might have put that to the floor. There we go. And can't be right like that, is it? Oh, that's probably not, I don't think that's the one I was thinking of, but we can put that there actually. In fact, we could actually be a bit sneaky and clever. No, we can't. Won't look right. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Yep. Boy, do we love Control Z. I don't know if that looks silly or not, but what I was looking for, I swear it was kiosk. It's almost like a little bar. It was like that. Food? Oh, that was it. That was the ticket. That is true. I don't think they'd be too happy about that, would they? But hey, they have got lots of money. We can look past that. Okay, this is what I wanted. So these are the silly little details that you probably won't even see, but I do. And I know Sheik is very much the same as me. Hey Seven, how you doing, man? Long time no see, I hope you're well. Okay. I really do like these apartments. I'm not sure what you guys think of these, but I really think once they're released in the workshop, people are going to have so much fun building this. If you didn't see earlier, the pack that will be released, let's get over here, it's basically going to look like this. You're going to have, come on, there we going to have basically sections, and you're going to be able to then move them around, plop them up next to each other. There's a few different angles. I think these are built just for Monaco, so I could create the squeaky chair to create exactly how I wanted mine to be created. But I think Crazy Glue It was going to possibly make a few different angles as well. But then you've got the ability to spend a week, 2 weeks like I did, and try and create something that looks a bit like that. You'd like a tutorial for all the LUTFX processing mods to make my cities look good on video. Well, I know Press did one of those, didn't he? Which is pretty cool. I always tinker with mine though. Mine just hasn't changed, to be fair, for a good 3 months. But there were a few comments before that it doesn't look very Mediterranean, but I think it looks alright. Okay, so we've got this section here. Let's get off that. So, not too sure what else we can do to bring this to life. There are plants around here, but it looks a little bit bare. I'm not sure if it's because I'm using a dark floor and on the screenshot it's more white. Just going to jump over to my other screen and hopefully we can look what it looks like on Google. Okay, right, let's see if this works. Jumping over to my other screen. So this is what it looks like. So there's a hell of a lot of deck chairs, some grass and bushy area. The sea's too clean and unrealistic. Well, to be fair, if that's what the Mediterranean Sea's like, with just dog poo and tampons, you should try and check out what it's like around Great Britain. You get trolleys, you get the nappies, you get all sorts of stuff. So that's not too bad. Oh look, they have got a wall. Yes, they have Phoenix. Yeah, Press did just end Nevada. That was a really, really good series. I really enjoyed that. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't look exactly like what mine does. But we can certainly add in some of these planters here to add a little bit more to this area. But there's a lot more deck chairs than I was imagining in that section. But anyway, this section doesn't actually exist on what you can see on that image, but when I zoom out it does look like that, so we're going to keep it as it is just to add some flair and a little bit, make things a little bit different. So what I'm going to do now, if I can steal some already made planters. Can I get a link for your Discord? You can indeed. Let me try and work out how to do this, because I need to open up my channel. Phoenix. Instant invite. Nope. God, I should really learn how to use Discord. Invite people. Copy. Hopefully that works. Give that a go. See if it can get in from that. I meant to give that a go. Okay, right. So back to this. See, this is the annoying thing now, because I put so much down here and it's not actually level. Like this floor here, I'm clicking here, but technically it's not there because this is just all proper asphalt. So you need to be quite clever when you're copying stuff and try and read. See, that's not clever. You've got to try and read. Get off! Read how it goes. So let's click off that. Click off. Maybe that's got it all. Not too sure. I think we've done it. Okay. Let's come all the way over here. Oh, where's it gone? Let's bring this up. Up. And we can place that. We'll put one about there. And one about here. And one to separate these two here. Yeah, no Phoenix yet, but I think the annoying thing is when I do that, I end up bringing up sort of the foundations of what I've created before, so I always give up on that. Right, flower. We want to go to prop because they won't rise up anymore otherwise. Brixton, nice to see you. I was so happy I was able to make it this time. The digital number one stream and detailing city skylines. Hope you're still having a lot of fun with the game. Brixton, I certainly am. As I said earlier in the stream, for the guys who missed it, the stream is pretty much an apology for the lack of video the last 2 weeks. I've had a lot of personal stuff to sort out, and obviously work has come into play as well. So just wanted to show you that I'm not slacking. I'm still enjoying the game. I'm still getting things going. And we are still building Monaco, so I just wanted to show you how far I was. And this is just a teaser. Episode 12 I was hoping to release this weekend, and it still is possible. But we'll have to see. And Weisenberg. Hello, my son. Thank you for joining. Is it the tunnel that's part of the Monaco Grand Prix? It is indeed. Let me just place this down. I'll give you a little guided tour. Let's get some more plants in here. And we only want to have a little bit showing here, so just to fill in this horrible grey or brown, whatever it is. It's really annoying that pops up. Pop that there. I should stream more often. Hazza, I will try my best, to be fair. And yes, my 4, is it 4? Well, certainly my favourite streamers are all in my room, which is a brilliant, it's an absolute pleasure, to be fair. I'm certainly nowhere near as good a streamer as those guys. I am pretty much struggling here. I'm trying to actually play stuff down and play the game, and also try and entertain you guys, which these guys do with ease. They don't even have to think about it. That's how good they are. And if I was clever enough and well, yeah, if I was prepared enough, it's probably the better word, I would probably have set up all of my bots and stuff to be able to do shout outs to you guys on Twitch, which I haven't done unfortunately at the moment, but it's certainly something I will do. I know the Sheik does that very well. Brixton, yes, I saw that. Thank you very much. I saw that, yeah. Appreciate that, yeah, it's really good. Thank you for that. Very nice comments. It is Brixton, yeah. I'm guessing. I mean, for me personally, it's been more down to work and yeah, work and personal stuff that's minimised my performance. I mean, as I say, this whole section here has taken a good 2 weeks to build. This is all by hand. None of these buildings are as one, apart from this one here. So it certainly has taken a while to build this. Oh yes, and Pete. Pete isn't around as much now, is he? I'm not sure that I will be a representative on the level of you guys. This is purely just a Friday afternoon that I've got off, and I just wanted to do something whilst I had the spare time. It's something I want to do a bit more. But yeah, we'll see. But anyway, Weisenberg. This is in fact the tunnel you was talking about. So this is the Formula 1 tunnel. And to be fair, we've almost completed the actual course. it's pretty much along this section here, down here, up the slope, go round here. We're going to eventually build the famous chicane up here, and it comes back down itself. So in terms of the course, we are pretty much running around that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's certainly coming along nicely. This is the bit I had a struggle with. I was really trying to create the tunnel, and obviously as you can see, if you look right down, you can see where the building itself comes into play. I did use the procedural object to try and minimise that look, but it's too difficult. And we'll just look at it from this angle. You can't see it then. Oh, thanks, Brixton. Yeah, the waterfront really is coming. I love these. These are beautiful. Crazy Glue It has done such an amazing job with this. It almost looks perfect. And that's down to me. It's got nothing to do with the model of Crazy Glue It. It's really coming together. But anyway, guys, we need some more ideas for this section here. Put some chicks topless in the pool. Oh, I'd love to have done that. A casual stream is always nice, similar to what Strict does. That's true, Mark. Yeah, I'd like to do a bit more of it. It's nice to be able to engage with people, and also when I'm building on my own, it's also nice to have, you guys to say stuff to me and say that doesn't work, that looks good, because we can both look together at the screenshots and try and work out the best way to do it. So that's what I miss, and I know that's something that all of you Twitch streamers have said you really do enjoy, having that relationship with your viewers. It's something very special, and it's not something you gain as easily just doing YouTube videos. But yeah, some wasted youngsters vomiting in the flower plants. The flower planter. Phoenix, this is Monaco. We don't want that sort of stuff going on here. I just realised that our music's run out as well. Let me try and work out what we can put on. Okay. So whilst I'm sorting the music out, guys, what else can we put in this section here for the hotel rooftop pool area? I think there was some towels somewhere, wasn't there, on the workshop? Brixton, yes, I have been talking to quite a few YouTubers actually about doing some sort of collaboration, but unfortunately, I'm guessing I'm kind of stuck now. I've committed myself to doing Monaco, and if I start doing another series of someone else, unless it's a small little series, I don't think I've really got the capacity right now to be able to fulfill 2 series. So I think I'll finish this one, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, Phoenix, there are some very good stuff on the Reddit of some amazing builds, but there's also a lot of crap that goes on there that gets ridiculously highly rated, and that's why I avoid going on Reddit nowadays. It's, yeah, not how it used to be, where people actually got congratulated for good screenshots. Now crap just gets highly rated. So yeah, a city that gets passed around from stream to stream. Now that would be very clever. That'd be something I'd watch. Right. You know what, guys? It's getting close to my cup of tea time. So I'm going to wander off in a minute. I'm going to sort out this music. I'm going to do that. Oh, didn't want to do that. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Would be a very good idea. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to quickly put the kettle on, get myself a cup of tea going. Whilst I do, chat amongst yourselves. I'll go and come back until the old kettle's boiled. But BRB. Right, the kettle is boiling, guys. Catch up with chat. Akurus, if that's how you pronounce his name, yeah, I've seen him. He's a very good builder. Next question: do you believe Paradox should stop making DLCs out of stuff that should start making City Skylines 2 or stick to this approach? I think it's one of those things, isn't it? If they were going to create City Skylines 2, it would take a much longer time. If they started now, we'd have to wait at least another year and a half, maybe, to actually get the game. If they keep releasing DLCs, we get new content. The community understands the game a lot more. But we'll also we're limited to the way the game's built, so we're always going to have those issues with frame rates when you're building a big dense city, etc. So it's kind of a bit of both, isn't it, really? Personally, I'm happy. Well, to be fair, personally right now I'd want it to stay as it is, DLCs, because I don't want the game to change before I finish Monaco. But yeah, I think it's one of those questions that I don't know whether Paradox know what they want to do next. I'm sure they've got a plan, but the recent DLCs have been really good. The last one exceptionally well, so I think it's all going to depend how that all works. Exactly, Brixton, I've got to have the tea. Yeah, problem is a pain. Right, should have been brewed now. BRB. Okay guys, that's me back. The update wasn't too bad, to be fair. I think, well, I didn't play for 4 days. So for me personally, it was all good for me. I kind of left it for 3 days and then played and everyone said it was all okay. So yeah, I was none the wiser. Right, let's put some more flowers down. Yeah, it has a Twitch is really good. To be fair, I probably watch Twitch more nowadays than I do YouTube. There's people I obviously watch on YouTube, and that will never change. But Twitch is pretty much where I spend most of my time when I'm watching, when I'm not playing the game. Now these flower pots and whatever you want to class them as planters are actually pretty nice. I think these are from the recent update. Is that right, Phoenix? These ones? Let's put a couple over here just to brighten up this area. Yeah, these vanilla ones are pretty nice actually. I don't mind these, and they're also proper props, so we can place them like we are here on not proper ground level stuff. Right, so what I'm going to do now is get some plants. Oh, these are really cool as well. These are very, very Mediterranean. So, plop that down. Autocorrect is one of the most annoying things, but also helpful things in the world. I feel your pain. Can we say that Pug is lazy and not doing things? Why'd you say that, Thomas? What are you referencing here? There we go. It's being a pain, wasn't it? Oh, after all that. Okay, never mind. We'll put that there, and that's a good level there. And then we'll just plop a few more around. Hello Dana, good to see you. More chat, less build. Phoenix. I'm trying to do as best I can on both aspects. Can you zoom out and show the whole progress done so far for those who've just tuned in? Of course I can, Captain. I can indeed. Okay, right. So, the series is Project Monaco. We are very early doors in terms of the project. We are pretty much so far just working on the harbour. The harbour is pretty much the main core of what we've started so far. Phoenix, it nearly did. It nearly did. So, the first episode, which you can catch up on YouTube if you haven't seen it before, you can catch all my videos on YouTube. First episode was to create the harbour core. So, if you imagine, this is Monaco. Forget this bit, this is my testing area where I put down all the buildings I want to use. So, Monaco actually is this sort of area here. Not very good at all for a country, anyway. So we're working on this very small first major harbour. That's the main core. So this is all being harbour work, pretty much. We've got a custom pier along here. This is the more industrially area of the harbour. And we've got some of the beautiful buildings custom built for the series. Really love this. This gives some really good screenshots, this little area here. And once we start building up the top here, this whole tier is going to look fantastic. So the main harbour here, heavily detailed as you expect from myself. Monaco does not have much land at all, no. That's why pretty much everything is so compacted, and I'm hoping that this stage here really gives you the idea of how compacted Monaco is. This first building area is done to scale, so you can see how much is crammed into this area. A lot of what you don't see is a lot of underground parking. All of these buildings here have underground parking, and a lot of the infrastructure itself is all underground. There's a lot of area that's underground. How does your RAM handle everything? It seems okay. I was a bit sceptical with regards to streaming and recording. At the moment I'm playing the game, recording and streaming, and it's okay. It's not laggy. It's, as long as it's okay for you guys, it's okay for me. But yeah, anyway, so back to this area. It's all very undergroundy. which kind of, it's one of those things, you either build up or you build down. You can't build out because Monaco's too small. So this area here is, if you are a Formula 1 fan, this is one of the main strips of the Formula 1 track. And we've started to build up some of the tiers here. And this area here, we've got the famous and beautiful Monaco Boat Club, which is absolutely beautiful. Let me change the light because this really does deserve to be shown. That is sensational. And as you can see here, what I also did is carried on the build myself, using many various props and assets to create the next section of this area. And I think at night time as well, this looks beautiful. Look at that. And the good thing is now we've got some buildings around, the whole harbour is slowly being lit up. I do need to spend an episode going around and adding lights. But yeah. Pug, I wish there were more people who appreciate this kind of art. How in the hell do you only have 5k? Well, you know, it is what it is. It's not for everyone, I guess. Or it's a big struggle. I mean, YouTube is a big struggle to get anywhere, any momentum. But as long as the guys that follow me are the ones that are enjoying it as much as I am building it, I'm going to continue to build whether I've got 5k subs or 100k subs. So appreciate that comment, Brixton. Maybe we can shoot up our subs over the summertime. I need to learn to see when people do stuff as well. I think that was a subscription. Thank you very much, Jahoga B. Appreciate that very much indeed. To be fair, you're my first ever subscriber. I've not really done too much of this. Thank you very much. There's a nice looking Monaco Motors build on the workshop. Yes, that is one that I got requested to build very early in the project. That looks sensational, and to be fair, that is actually placed just on this corner here. I think, from memory, I think it's just here, this area here, so that would be really cool. Can't wait to put that down. But yeah, I'm going to leave this section here for a little while. We're going to concentrate on this area now. So I think that's pretty much caught up where we are. This is one of the major apartment areas on Monaco with the famous Formula 1 tunnel that goes down there. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are at the moment. If there's anything else you guys want to see in more detail, let me know. I know there's not a huge amount to see. It's more, you know, the detail of the small amount we've done here. Maybe start grinding a bit more, and then you can recommend the feeds. Yeah, that is true, Brixton. I am trying my best to do one a week, but it's one of those situations. I could do smaller videos and episodes and just build very small stuff, which that has always been the plan. But when you're building this section, for example, this section here, as I said, this has probably taken me a good 6, 7, 8 hours. Just to build this section here, and that's not even detailing. So if I was going to release weekly episodes or videos on just a small amount, it would be a half-finished part. And a lot of people want to see an actual build. They want to see something completed, and the way I like to do my videos is I want to show nothing and then something building itself up to a finalised product, which this is eventually going to be for episode 12. So when we start working on the smaller stuff, yes, we can do smaller segments, which will end up being smaller videos. So that is the plan, but it's not as easy as that when you're building more complex areas. Weisenberg, we want to see your ugly mug. My ugly mug is carrying a tea at the moment, so you don't want to see that. No problem, Captain. If you want to see anything else, by all means, let me know. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to leave this section here. I'm going to think of a few more things to add into it, but we're going to fill in these gaps here. So if we take and jump into my second monitor. Which I'm hoping you'll be able to see very shortly. He looks like a pug. Thank you for that, Phoenix. So we're going to try and fill in these little bits here. I'm not too sure what we can do about this section here, and to be fair, I'm glad I'm doing this on stream because there's a lot of people in here that can hopefully help me, especially Weisenberg. What do you reckon in terms of this bit here? What can we use for a pavement that looks similar to this? We've already got the grass. We can easily add these trees and bushes. That's not the difficult part. The difficult part is trying to replicate this. Yeah, Brixton, I think City Skylines is probably one of those games that you put so many hours in just to create a small 20-minute video. As I say, most of my builds are between 4 to 10 hours for a video or footage. And I don't have that many hours in the week to be able to do this with. So it does make it difficult. But yes, any idea, guys, for this section here? We need to use some sort of a concrete area. Yeah, some sort of texture to try and create this little section here. Otherwise, I'm going to have to just place something down that looks reasonably similar. I'm not sure if you've seen anything on the workshop we could use. But I don't think I have anything that's too similar to that, really. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, I could create my own. I was thinking about doing that. Create my own procedural decal, whatever it's classed as, and do that. Because I'm not sure if I don't think there's anything on the workshop that's similar to that sort of a pattern or even colour arrangement. It's okay, Brixton. Just call it the Popo. So we got these sort of ones, but I don't think that's going to work really. See, this isn't far away from it, to be fair. It could be possible to use something like these Venetian tiles. They do have some good angles as well to try and create something. And again, we're not going to be able to create things like for like. So perhaps we could try something like this, couldn't we? That's a little bit too dark. So guys, we're going to be about another half an hour or so left of this stream. I'm going to give it to you guys. What do you want to see for the last half an hour? We can continue on this. I want to continue in this area ideally. We could try and create the famous hairpin. Or we could start detailing this section here where the hotel is. Trying to think what we can do that's not going to take up a lot of time to fulfill that half an hour spot. I don't really want to start on these yet because I need to find the best concrete for that. UK style roundabouts everywhere. Okay, let's have a look. This is where the hairpin is actually. No, we're going to leave the hairpin. I don't know. I suppose I should really finish off the swimming pool area, shouldn't we? I thought there was some sort of towel or by Bearded Monkey, wasn't it? I'm not sure I've still got all the assets on there from the Masara. Could put a few towels down if there was. Sheik, what else would you put down there? Oh, Sheik, no worries at all. So I was saying that this episode, well, this stream was pretty much just for an apology, initially anyway, for the lack of video the last 2 weeks, and pretty much explaining the situation. Work and sort of personal life has come into play a little bit, so not being able to do as many videos and recordings as I hoped to. So just wanted to show how far I was, or am, with episode 12, to show you where I am, and show you that the video isn't that far away. But yeah, I would like to stream more. Time is obviously of the essence for me, but we'll see what happens. Obviously you guys are already doing a fantastic job, which keeps me entertained during my working day, and if I can return the favour in any way with a few little streams here and there, I'd be more than happy to carry this on. So I think we'll see how it goes. Certainly need to learn a lot anyway, especially the way you guys can stream, chat, and still build. I've been streaming for a couple of hours and all I've done is this, which isn't too good. Phoenix, Pug, how many assets have you got loaded and what's your RAM? My RAM is 64 gig, and I'm not sure how many assets I've got loaded actually. I'll have to let you know on that one. I've got 64 or 32? No, 64, yeah, 64 gig, which does help the processor as well. Okay. What I'm going to do is go to decals, I think. So guys, what else do you think we should put on this swimming pool area? What else would you like to see? Might do a little bit of decking actually over. Actually might glitch mine it, we'll leave that. What I'm looking for is the puddles. Cheers Switch, cheers Chic. To be fair, like I say, like it's as much as it's amazing to be on Twitch, it's amazing to be able to speak to the people who watch you, and actually have feedback as well. You know, there's times where I'm building, I'm like, is that good? Should I use this? And in the end, I have to go over what I think. But obviously, streaming, you get the input from everyone else watching, which is such a different way of playing this game, and it really does a good job. It does help. So we want to have, I want to put a few little puddles around if I could. I'm not sure how that will work with what we've already got down. Let's see. Don't really see it here. Let me get it back. You could do what I do, treat everyone as noobs and ignore their ideas. Homemade bar using Beard Monkey market tables. Interesting. Do I have those? Not sure I've got what I need for that. I think think I still need to get some more plants and stuff around here. Just to fill in these gaps. Gigantic LCD somewhere to watch the races. You're probably right. You probably are right. Do they have those on the workshop still? I know they had a screen at some point. I haven't really looked if there's any nice looking monitors. There will definitely be a lot of that when I get around to building the Formula 1 track. So this is the point normally in the game where I would just flick through all of my assets and find stuff to put down. But that's going to be pretty boring for you guys, isn't it? But yeah, this is kind of how I get my inspiration at times. What's this? Bar restaurant. Okay. Certainly a lot of stuff to go through here. It's just, yeah, I'm just trying to think what else we can put on this little area here. One thing I did used to like doing, if it will still work, if I go to, is it chair? I'm trying to think which one we could do it with. See, if these are the same colour, it'd work. These are the same. Copy. I don't know why, but I used to love doing this. Just to make some stackable chairs, just to fill out a space. You know, it's nothing special, but it just is a filler. That is true, Sheik. That is true. And I actually have you guys to talk to rather than myself. Right, so we'll whack this somewhere over here, I think. Let's get that down. Let's pick you up. Don't let stupid ideas get you distracted. Oh, I have plenty of stupid ideas, don't you worry. I think just, you know, just filling little things in like this, you know, it adds to the prop count, I know, but it's just another way to add something to a different area. We can do the same with the deck chairs as well. We can get rid of that. Go to deck chair. So again, if these were the same colour, it would look so much better. Hang on, could we? Yeah, Phoenix, I have a solution lined up already though. Okay. Is that a solution you're ready to share? Sorry, I had a little bit of an idea then, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. Aha. Is that... Oh, it's not... Oh, yeah, is it? No. It's annoying. I was hoping to be able to use procedural objects on these chairs and kind of lay them on their side, which would look pretty cool actually for a deck chair, but it's not going to work because this this here doesn't look as good as I was hoping to. I suppose we can get away with it actually, it's not that bad, is it? Maybe raise that. Would it go? It'll be on top, wouldn't it? Do that. Maybe move that back in a little bit. Just wanted to create some extra scenery for these areas because it's going to look a bit dull if we keep it all the same. If we go to that and there, and then move this over. Place some of these here. Right, the big tent. You have the white one. You put a PPG under it, floor level, and connect it with a 90-degree pedestrian path. Sims will teleport through the roof to get to the building. Okay. Remember we made the lookout point function over the lake. You can place a bunch of invisible pedestrian paths side by side and place the PPG on top of the pedestrian paths. Okay, Sheik, let me just place this down and I'll show you what I've got. And hopefully both you and Phoenix can help. Put that there, and that there. So this is basically just the ones that didn't get put out. Something like that, and then maybe a few in this corner here. So, okay, so Sheik and Phoenix. This is what I've done so far. So we know that these buildings are not going to bring any functionality. They are just props pretty much. So I've already laid down the pathway across the roofs, which I haven't made visible yet because I'm not finished. I will obviously change that at that point. So if... trying to think of the best way we can do this. A tunnel might be helpful. So how can we get a PPG to work somewhere along here to bring people from points 1, 2, 3 to the furthest point over? Is that something that's possible? Don't worry about... come on. Obviously up here there'll be functionality and people will be generated from up here because I'll be putting in buildings and there'll be pathways to connect all of these three up to this next network up here. So Sheik, if I place a PPG on top of one of these then, here for example, would that work? Or the ones I was using was the events actually. I think that's what you suggested I should use. So if we did... I've got to place it on something, haven't we? Place it there. Anarchy. Don't worry about flying 90 degrees. Oh, it's a TV. Okay, it can't be elevated. So I have this here. We've already got this pathway here. So you saying we'll have an invisible pathway from this network somewhere under here and then raise up. Hey Winglog. The FPS, it's not that bad. It's fine. I'm used to it. My spec is a 4 gig i5 and 64 gig RAM. Just one PPG, the events one. Under the white tent. Which white tent? What, over here you mean? Exit to all. People will come from underground, walk up the way. Okay. I'll tell you what, Phoenix. If you can show me in your stream at some point, that'd be very useful, just so I can work it out. I mean, I think I know what you're saying. The white pool tents, but the snaps underground tunnel. Okay. So you're on about like here now or something? Yeah, show me what you mean next time you're streaming. I'm just trying. I was thinking that once I build up this area here anyway, it should automatically bring people along here, but we obviously need to have some sort of an event or something here to make people come this way. So that's pretty much what I need to resolve at some point, not urgently. It'd be nice if I could do it ready for the completion of this episode, because then I'll be able to show people walking along the actual rooftops, which would be nice. Yeah, it'd be much easier if the PPGs could float or be elevated, isn't it? I suppose what I could do as well, you talk about being a 90-degree up. Ah, it's gonna, yeah, that's the only thing though. It's gonna destroy those. Yeah, Phoenix. When you connect things through these buildings, they're gonna get rid of the buildings as well, which is sort of annoying. If that's the, you know. Is there a way to stop that? I didn't think it used to always do that, but if I wanted to do down here, for example, you can see that the bulldozer is going to clear out all of that stuff. I thought there was something. I thought that didn't happen all the time. I'm not sure why or what I'm thinking, but for example, that's going to delete all of that if I decide to do this pathway down here. Disable collision the road arcing. Okay. I thought there was something. I haven't really messed around with it. No collision, that one I guess, is it? Just enable anarchy and disable collision in the road. No collision and no zoning? Ah, you're a saviour. I was looking for that for ages the other day. Wait, okay, I'm waiting. We'll place it elsewhere and move it. Click on two things. Hi Poicher. 16 gig nav. I've got 64 gig, mate. 64 gig of RAM. In the road tool. That button? This bit? In the road tool, open the elevation tool. Yep. guessing you mean this bit. Now the 4 buttons at the bottom, they're the last one. Toggle road collision and turn off the bottom right. Okay. I've saved anyway, so it cocks up. Did that even do anything? What's that done? Road collision is good. Yeah, nice. Thank you very much for that, both Phoenix and Hazard. So we could do something like this thing, couldn't we? If that's what you're saying. So we can actually bring people up. We do that. And then obviously hide it right underneath it. And then change the that to invisible at that time of needing to. And then carry this path somewhere else. That's going to bring people up here, I hope. From other areas anyway. But how are you thinking of doing the part generator? Do you think about now putting a part generator under here somewhere with a road? I'll tell you what, Phoenix, as it's near the end of the stream now, I'm only going to be going for another 5-10 minutes. I need to sort out some food, etc. But I've got that, I've grasped that concept, and then it's just to work out how to get the events bit working as well, which I'm not sure if my road system underneath allows for where is it? I suppose we could use this bit, because you can't build when it's a tunnel. Oh, now that I accepted the idea, you find a way. Okay, cool, man. No, yeah, I'll check. I'll check in later. Okay, guys. So yeah, we didn't really get a lot done today. Now you've seen the set of conditions, you should be able to place the EG on the top of the roof. I don't think it works like that, does it? I thought that doesn't go because it's I'm using a pedestrian path. It is zonable though, isn't it? Yeah, I remember Sheik saying it's 3 to 4 away from it. So I could run a road down this gully as well, because that's just going to be covered up a bit later on. This road is actually going to be covered. We'll find a way. We'll sort something out. Okay, guys. So, not much has been done today, I must admit. But at least you've seen the 10 hours I've spent on getting this construction built. I'm not sure if I'll get the video out this weekend. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to carry on working on this anyway, so I might even have 2 videos ready for next week. Let's have a look what Phoenix has said here. The white pool tent is perfect. If Sims go there, they can teleport underneath the PPG on the ground without anyone teleport to the bar. Which white pool tent are you on about, Phoenix? Because I don't think any of these have. You on about this? You on about this for bringing people as a attraction? Chic. I think you can place a park generator on a Ronix tunnel block. the people will fall through to the bottom, but if you put pedestrian paths under, if they fall through, that's how we did it on the last build. Okay, so there is a way of doing so, it's just working out which one to do. Biggest right tent on that pool roof, you had it right. Oh, this. Okay. Well, I'll pop into your stream when you're doing it next, and we'll see how we can get that to work. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to pretty much tail off for the end of this stream. Sheik, I'm testing it now. It's been 4 months since I did. I forgot the exact way. No worries, Sheik. If you can let me know how it goes, that'd be very useful. Weisenberg's back. But yeah, I think that's going to pretty much be it for today. As I say, I'm going to try my best to stream a bit more. If everything looks okay, I mean, in terms of the quality of the stream, the audio, etc. I mean, is it okay, guys? Is it worthy of restreaming again, or do I need to look into it? I mean, I haven't listened to this back yet. I've not changed it for 6 months. So I'm hoping it's still okay. Phoenix, if you're going to do your stream now, I'm going to try and do a raid. I've seen I've seen the Sheik struggle with doing that, so I'm going to probably be struggling myself, but I'll send everyone over your way. Excellent sound and pictures, excellent, that's good to know. Sorry if the stream wasn't as good as it could have been. I've got tough competition, and a lot of the streamers that the competition are in here today. I say competition, it's not a competition, but those guys know how to do it very well indeed. So I am going to... The background voice is intense. What background voice? Okay, Phoenix, you're setting up. So Mr. Grey, I'm going to try my very best to do so. Just need the webcam so we can watch you eat fish and chips whilst you stream. Just saying that, actually, I had fish and chips yesterday. And you probably wouldn't want to watch me eat whilst I'm streaming. And to be fair, that will also add another situation into a build. So that means I'll have to also eat, try and catch up with chat, and then try and build. So I think build limitations will be down to about 10% at that point, which won't be the best. So yeah, okay, so that's pretty much it. Thanks, Mark, appreciate that, man. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure streaming to you for the first time in about 6 months. Hopefully you can see that the project isn't dead. We are still full speed ahead. It's obviously going to take a bit of time for some of these builds to do so, but things are slowly coming along. I'll try my best to get a video out this week. Other than that, I'll catch you all soon. But whilst I do that, let me try and work out, Sheik, how do I do a Twitch raid? Because I'm going to have to ask you now, because otherwise I am going to log off and then forget how to do so. We want to stream. We want to. Yeah, I'm going to send you all to. Where are we? Let's click that. Open that. Mr. Grey is where we're going to send you. I've got to type /raid and then Mr. Grey. Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. And I think I'm pretty much there. Alright, so yeah, things are a bit slow, I know. U-time streamer and all that. But thank you very much, guys. Been a pleasure having you here. Thank you for all the support you've been issuing me on Project Monaco. It's going, and we're going to carry on going. Keep things good and real, and I will see you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and all the best.